I'm back, man, again. I want to introduce the world in relations to me, to Kwanzaa, man. A lot of y'all know what it is, a lot of y'all don't, but yeah, we here though. This represents the wisdom of Pan-Africanism. It's the blueprint to the way of the people of the world, but specifically the blueprint to the fathers of civilization, the people of Al-Kiba, which is Africa. You feel me? And we celebrate it proudly, you know what I'm saying? Kwanzaa. This is called, it's a 7-day holiday. Start from December 26th until the beginning of the next month, the new year. So, the very first day of Kwanzaa is Umoja. This is the striving for unity within the community, family, nation, and race. What do that look like? Will it look like this? It look like the coming together of all of our people, regardless of the differences, but finding the greatness in our unique differences. And in doing so, finding that greatness in our unique differences, we learn the roles that each of us play. I think that specifically in the state of Michigan and in the United States, we need to remember what was lost and add that to what was gained, right? And this will bring about unity. For example, we talk about gangs, we talk about the so-called nobodies or the throwaways of our community, in black community, brown community, and all that type of stuff. But what was lost specifically was culture. And the reason I want to say this to the brown people is the people that's running around here talking about they Latin. There's no such a thing as 500 nation people being Latin. You are Inca, you are Mayan, you are Aztec. You know what I'm saying? You are Nakwa. You feel me? So I just want to throw that out there. And the Latin tongue is not your tongue. You feel me saying? So that's another conversation to be had, because when you trace Latin back, it goes over to a whole nother area and stuff, and it relates to a people that's oppressed y'all as well, right? But we ain't tripping on the oppressive aspect, because we know that unitedly, we the red, black, and the green, right? So red for the blood and sweat mixed with sweat and tears, green for the land that we struggled on, black for the color of our skin, but black is the origins of everything that exists. So I just want to throw that out there to show you how the unity unites. Look up at the night skies for a time when it's dark at night, and you're going to see that everything hangs in the deep black. So we talking about the origins of this thing. So, but the origin is the unity. Because before there was any type of material manifestation, there was a great big unity. And from that great big unity, it began to put sparks of itself into manifestation. Now let's go forward. We're going to back first. In the Yoruba culture, as well as in the Kemetian culture, which is the ancient Egyptian culture, in the Congo culture, in the Bantu and Mantu culture, we have what was called tribal structure. It wasn't called tribe because tribe is a different language. But anyway, we had tribal structure. But what this was this, right? It meant this. If you was poetic, right, and you was so much into the beauty of language, the beauty of things, the beauty of what's the name, you brought things together and everything, you was up under, if you was in Nigeria, in the Yoruba culture, you would be Oshun. If you was in the ancient Kemetic culture, you would be Heru, right? Erotic magnetic attraction. The beautiful thing, the imagination of things. You feel me? The bringing the things that seem to be opposite together as one united front. If you was a person that was a leader, took initiative all the time, you would be up under Shango's priesthood or culture, or structure, because it's one culture. If you was over in Kemetics, you would be Haru. If you was one who had strong will and ambition, and a warrior, a hunter, a stern person that understood how to distribute justice, no matter who it was that you was suspending, that you was dispersing justice to, you would be Ogun. If you was, or in the Kemetic culture, it would be Herokuti, right? If you was wisdom, you had a lot of wisdom, and you gave wise. You had wise. You was, real wise, and that was just being intellectual, because the intellectual wisdom that we see right now is crap. It don't hold no weight. We talking about wise men, those who think and act behind what's spoken, and they perform what they say they perform. And if they can't perform it and have the information on how to perform it, they pass it on to somebody that can perform the task. But anyway, we're going to get back to that. But if you was one of these type of wise individuals, you would be under Obatala. If you was in the Comedics, you would be under Usher. So, what I mean, now let's fast forward to these things, right? This is what was taken from us. Because if you was a hunter warrior type person, you would be either Ogun or Shango, or Haru or Het Haru, right? So anyway, it was a place for all this type of stuff, and it was called the initiation system. That they did certain things, performed certain things. They communicated with God in a unique way, to where they was able to figure out who belonged to what part of these men that display these different aspects of God, right? That embody these divine principles. So that was just to give you a brief of it, but it dealt with every faction of life. And this is how we showed our youth. And this is how we held on to responsibility, because elders made sure that this structure was embedded in our people. So you had your protectors of the communities. You had your people that had the wisdom up for the community. You had your people that preserved the record, and people that was about divine justice, man. Divine justice. We ain't talking about this bullcrap justice that they got, these bullcrap law. We talking about universal principles. That was the dope part. Now let's fast forward. All that's been taken from not just blacks, you know what I'm saying? It's been taken from all of the world Aboriginal peoples, from people that wanted to conquer. Even Europeans conquering other Europeans. Let's make that straight. That's why I can't wait. I'm gonna get some. I got something for that. But anyway, check it though. So after that system been taken and been implemented by another system, we were stuck. We were stuck not knowing how to address the aggressiveness of our people, how to teach people to overcome their fears, how to teach people to control themselves emotionally, mentally, and physically, and emotionally. You feel me? But anyway, so now this is what happened. The universe have a way of making sure that it happens, rather it's rough or smooth, right? So this would happen. We don't know the family structure. We don't have initiation systems. The initiation system now is us turning our motherfucking children over to these school systems that's functioning as an initiation system to teach your kids to be followers, right? The initiation system now is the whole networking system. Although people try to summon it down to music, it's in movies too. You can't attack one faction without the other. Movies is worse than lyrics. Jay-Z said Scarface the movie did more than Scarface the actor. But you talking about Scarface the rapper. Scarface the movie did more than Scarface the rapper, but you talking about the rapper? Make it make sense. But anyway, so what happened is this. We tribal people, so we gonna move in a pack no matter what. When Europeans formed their packs, European culture said these are misguided youth. So what they did was they gave them position to challenge so they can challenge and perfect their aggression. They became police officers. All of the clan members became police officers, judge, correctional officers, and all these different things in government, so they can legally, according to the culture, It don't make sense. It still don't make what they're doing legally. Legit on a universal scale. But they put them in position to where it seems as if they justified in doing what they do. As a broken people that lost their culture, lost their way, lost their tongue, lost their heritage, right? We haven't defined for ourselves who our people is, so we don't unite. So guess what our youth do? They unite on their own. So it started off beautiful. Black nationalist organizations, the Bloods, Crips, GDs, Vice Lords, and all these different things. They for the people in their original content. What this did was it caused a young person to step up to the plate and had to understand his position by challenging his fears of being dominated, beaten, and scarred by outside forces of the community. From suffering by the hands of the outside sources of the community. We gonna get to Coochie Chocolate. But anyway, we had a structure came in because it was powerful. It was powerful than the mud. A structure came in and began to what? Demonize the way of that. They put movies out that told gangbangers how to be gangbangers and not to be organizations. You feel me? So now these youngsters looking at this stuff on TV and all that type of stuff, and they thinking that, oh, we banging, and it's just a set thing. So now all I got to do is trip out on some colors to be considered the man's. And these movies is good. I watch them. But the thing is, the difference from watching them and knowing the history behind them is something totally different. They give you gangland because they win in reality TV age. Where these people constantly give misinformation about what these structures are supposed to be. Real talk. That's not cool. But anyway, let's move. So now this is what happens. You have young guys that feel like they vulnerable to the community. You have another group of grown guys or young guys that say, okay, let's come together and let's do something to make sure that we challenge ourselves to be fit for battle, fit for war. Now, this is a war version of it because, man, I'm going to show you the difference, the parallel between that and the initiation system. So now that what they do, they go out and do dumbass stuff. Hey, you see that the first dude to walk up the street, fire him up and make sure it's the biggest one. Okay. Go in that house and steal. Okay. These are things that you don't start off knowing how to do that. You start off fearing this shit like, damn, dog, I can't do that. I'm scared as hell to go in these people's house. I don't know if somebody in there with a gun. I don't want to get caught. Man, take your butt in there. Challenging the fear. You see what I'm saying? So now, but it ain't no structure behind it. It ain't no wisdom behind it. It ain't none of that stuff that the initiation system would have introduced you to in the proper contents. But this must go on. Men must go from the baby stage to the adolescent stage to the adulthood stage. But if you don't put it in structurally, the universe gonna interrupt all that. So they unite. Is it a unity? Yeah. Oh, it ain't all bad. They break bread with each other and everything. And they got each other back to a degree. Because, man, it ain't structured. They recognize that they hood, but they tear it up because it ain't structured. You see what I'm saying? So now, when these young guys come together, uniting, they war with each other now. But this war with each other is a part of the system of allowing them to challenge their manhood, to gain the courage and the strength that they need to survive in these harsh environments. I don't got time to think about racism. This is what they saying. I don't got time to think about racism. It's a threat in my community. So I'm running with a pack to make sure I got backup for that threat in my community. Now let me tell you about the ancient way though. If you was in the bush and you was a young man, the minute that you had a wet dream and it was noticeable, you took your butt to that bush and they taught you how to motherfucker survive in the wilderness. You would have to go out there with a stick, a spear, and come back with a lion's head. And this is how you challenge your fear and establish yourself as a man. But not just, it wouldn't just be that. It's a whole lot of other stuff added. But part of overcoming your fear is attacking this big ass animal that you know will devour you. You see the parallel? I'm attacking the threats in the streets that I know will devour me as a means of challenging myself to face my fear of being dominated by something that's greater than me. So my thing is this. These are the young warriors, man. They the Shangos, they the Harus, they the Oguns. You see what I'm saying? Don't shun them for being warriors. Bring them into the fold and put them in their proper place alongside the great ones. This is a part of the unity system. Our women is going out there. They're so beautiful, man. They can get $1 out of a person's pocket in a second. Teach them how to be beautiful models. You don't have to sell yourself. Bring them in, man. Because this is something that was learned behavior, man. And a behavior that was learned can be unlearned. So uniting, we had to teach these guys how to properly raise funds for themselves, to pay for their own livelihood, to take care of their family. It can be done. But unity is the key. But in that unity, you have to recognize people, different places and time and spaces, man, and where they at mentally, what they can produce versus what you want them to produce. And once we develop a system like that, where we recognize the uniqueness of each individual and the role that they play, we can find them the place that they can be within our communities. And we can build that unity that's needed to thrive as a people. A black people, a community at large, a nation, and as a race that need to get on their feet. We the only ones, man. And there's other cultures that's fucked up too. But we the only ones that don't unite up under our own makeup. We need to unite up under our own makeup. First, we need to unite with our beauty, our natural beauty. When you look at a black person in his natural state, it's supposed to look good to you if you're a black person. If this dude walking around here, that's part of the unity. That's part of the unity. First, you got to recognize the uniqueness of you. All the traits of you have to be united to make up you. All the members of your community have to be united to make up you. We don't shun our own. We embrace them. We find the uniqueness about them. We bring them into the pillars of the strength of our community, of the strength of our neighborhoods, of the strength of our, because it ain't about going against other people. It's about us uniting for us as the people and other people. This is the unity that we need. So we always gonna ask Habaragani. And we always gonna expect to hear response, Umoja. And that means, what's the news? Unity is the news. So once we start to unite under these common bonds, in order to protect ourselves from these common foes, then we will choose the path of resistance instead of submission, although we are surrounded on all sides by opposition. And then we can really pledge our existence to the struggle. And we can teach other people what it means to have true unity. Because when they watch us come up out the mud, the world gonna know what unity look like, what the principles of what it means to be black look like, and live in color. We are the fathers of civilization. Every race and creed come from us. We have given the world, whether it be in Asia, Al-Kibalan, which is Africa, the United States, or any other place, we gave the world some I don't even want to cuss because it's beautiful. We gave the world some shit. We gave the world some great stuff, man, that the world's still propagating right now. But we don't know that it's our stuff. We the first, man. And this represents the first fruit. So we talking about our harvest, man. And the harvest got to come in. So let's get back to what we supposed to be on. I leave y'all in peace, man. I see so lot to my soul lies. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. Yeah. Peace. No beef zone. Let's live in peace, man. Let's create this unity, man. This is the first day of Kwanzaa. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. One love. Many lives, one nation, one struggle. If you feel me, you feel me. If you hear me, you hear me. You know me, you know. You be hollering when you see me, dog. And hollering when you feel me. To the young guys and goddesses out there, I'm out.